Okay, class, we're starting section 1.9, Introduction to Algebra. We have section A, Algebraic Expressions. Okay, a variable is a letter that represents a number. So basically, whenever you see a letter in mathematics, that letter typically represents a number. A constant is a number. So when you see a number that stands alone, that's a constant. An algebraic expression is a combination of operations on variables and numbers. So if you ever see a math problem that have variables and numbers and no equal sign, that is an expression. So now, I should say an algebraic expression. Examples of algebraic expressions. We could say x plus 7. We could say 5x. We could say 2x minus 5y. We can also say x by itself, negative x. And those are some examples of an algebraic expression. Oh, and also we could do x over 5. We can also do a fraction. Okay, now we have evaluating algebraic expressions. Replace the variables in the expression with numbers. Find the value of the result, remembering to follow the order of operations. Now, let's take a look here. We have examples. We want to evaluate 6y minus 2x, where x is 7 and y is 4. So we go through and substitute. So we replace wherever y is with this 4. So we will write the 6 and we'll put 4 in the place of y. Minus 2. In place of x, we will put 7. Now, whenever I replace or substitute variables for numbers, I always put those numbers in parentheses to signify that I substituted. Now, whenever you have a number and variable connected together like we see here, that is multiplication. This also represents multiplication as well. 6 times 4, well, first of all, we have to look at our order of operations. Now, in these parentheses, we cannot do anything with those parentheses. So we have multiplication, subtraction, and multiplication. So we do the multiplication first from left to right. 6 times 4 is 24 minus 2 times 7. So we add 24 minus 2 times 7 is 14. And 24 minus 14 is 10. So that is the final answer. Now we scroll down here to number 2. We do the same thing for number 2. We substitute in 3 for x. Then we substitute in 5 for y. Plus, we add 3. We substitute in 3 for x. Minus 4. And 5 for y. Now remember, this is multiplication, this is multiplication, and this is multiplication. And this variable is squared. Now if you notice, when I substituted, I put all the numbers inside of a parenthesis. And if you notice, where we had the y squared, this number is in parentheses squared. And that is how you would substitute that value. Now, we look here, we cannot do anything with these parentheses, but we have the operations multiplication, exponent, addition, multiplication, subtraction, and multiplication. We know we do the exponent first. So we have parenthesis 3, parenthesis 5 squared is 25, plus 3 times the parenthesis 3, minus 4 times the parenthesis 5. Parenthesis 3 times 25 will give you 75, plus 3 times 3, minus 4 times 5. Now we do the next multiplication step. We have 75 plus 3 times 3 is 9, minus 4 times 5. So now we have 75 plus 9, minus 4 times 5 is 20. Now, we have 75 plus 9 is 84 minus 20. So now we would take 84 minus 20 off to the side. 4 minus 0 is 4, and 8 minus 2 is 6. So your final answer here is 64. Now we could write the 64 down here as well, just to have it go inside of the problem. Okay, now we go here to number 3. It says evaluate. Now we're going to substitute and we're going to basically solve this expression like we did the others. So for A, we're going to replace with 6. B, we're going to replace with 8. And then inside here again, 6 will replace A and 8 will replace B. Now you notice I still put these values in parentheses. Okay, so now, actually this should have a, okay, yes, that's a 6. Okay, now this is what we do in this problem here. We look inside the parentheses first. Inside the parentheses, we have an exponent, addition, and an exponent. So we could actually bring this 6 outside of its parentheses. Plus, we could bring this 8 outside of its parentheses. Now we have parentheses 6 squared, which is 36, plus parentheses 8 squared. Now we have 6 plus 8, and parentheses we have 36 plus parentheses 8 squared is 64. Now we're still not done inside of this parenthesis. 36 plus 64 is 100. Now we have 6 plus 8 times the parenthesis of 100. We can't do anything inside this parenthesis, so we know from addition or multiplication we would do the multiplication. So it'll be 6 plus 8 times 100, which is 800. And 6 plus 800 is 806. So 806 is your final answer. Now we scroll down here to 4. Now we're going to substitute in 4 for M and 3 for N. So we have 15 minus parenthesis 4, parenthesis 3, and close our parenthesis to the third power. Now inside this parenthesis, we know we would do multiplication before subtraction. So it'll be 15 minus 12. That's all, I'll take it to the third power. 15 minus 12 is 3. And 3 in parentheses to the third power is 27. Because we know that this is parenthesis 3 times parenthesis 3 times parenthesis 3. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So that is our final answer. Now we scroll down here. We have the expression 9c over 5 plus 32 is a formula for converting between temperatures given in degrees Celsius to temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit. Use this expression to fill in the table, finding the Fahrenheit temperature for each given Celsius temperature. So now, what we're going to do here, we have 4 different problems we're going to do. Even though this is one problem, we're going to substitute in 20 for C, then go back and substitute in 35 for C, and so on. So we will have 9 times 20 all over 5 plus 32. Now 9 times 20 is 180 over 5 plus 32. Now we could go off to the side. I'll go over here and take 5 into 180. 5 goes into 18 3 times. 18 minus 15 is 3. Bring down your 0. 5 goes into 36 times. 6 times 5 is 30. You have no remainder. So this will give you 36 plus 32, which is 68. So your answer here would be 68. And we know that's degrees Fahrenheit. Now we go to the next problem. This time we substitute in 35. So we have 9 times 35 all over 5 plus 32. Now, this is equal to, we could go off to the side. Now I'm going to write it up here, but of course you have more room than I do. We could do 35 times 9. 9 times 5 is 45. Bring down your 5, carry your 4. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 4 is 31. So we will have 315 all over 5 plus 32. Now we have to go off to the side and take 5 into 315. 5 goes into 31 6 times. 31 minus 30 is 1. Bring down your 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. And you have no remainder. So this will give you 63 plus 32, which is 95. Now our next value, we would substitute in 0 for C. So we add 9 times 0 all over 5 plus 32. Now 9 times 0 is 0, divided by 5 plus 32. Now 0 divided by 5 is 0, plus 32 is 32. So your answer here is 32. Now we scroll down, and this time we substitute in 100. So you have 9 times 100 all over 5 plus 32. So this will be 900 divided by 5 plus 32. So we could go off to the side. 5 into 900. 5 goes into 9 once. 5 goes into 40 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. You have 0. 5 doesn't go into 0. So we just have 180 with no remainder. So it'll be 180 plus 32. And we can add that together. So we have 180 plus 32. 0 plus 2 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So your answer here is 212. Now, we scroll down. We have section B, algebraic equations. An algebraic equation is a statement that two expressions are equal. Examples of an equation. You can have x equals 5. You can have 2x plus 5 equals 3x minus 7. You could have x plus y equals 3. Now, equations that contain variables can be solved. A solution to an equation is a number that makes the equation true when it is substituted for it's supposed to be a variable. When it is substituted for the variable. Okay, now we scroll down. Now it says here, is 5 a solution to the equation 6x minus 5 equals 25? So to figure this out, we will substitute in 5 for x. 6 times 5 is 30, minus 5 equals 25. Now 30 minus 5 is 25, and 25 equals 25, so we'll put yes. Now we go to number 2. Is 8 a solution to the equation 3 times the parenthesis x plus 2 equals 20? So we have 3, and in parentheses we have 8 plus 2 equals 20. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So we have 3 times 10 equals 20. And this would be 30 is equal to 20. Now we know 30 does not equal 20. So we'll put a slash through here and put no. Now we come to problem number 3. It says it's 2 a solution. So we'll substitute in 2 for x. So we add 3 times 2 minus 6 equals 5 times 2 minus 10. 3 times 2 is 6. So we add 6 minus 6. 5 times 2 is 10. And 10 minus 10. And we know this is 0 equals 0. So your answer is yes. Now with number 4, we have 3 different answers we're going to get. So we want to know which of the numbers in the set 2, 4, 6 are solutions to the equation 9x minus 11 equals 5 times parenthesis x plus 1. So we have to take one number at a time. So we have 9 times 2 minus 11 is equal to 5 times 2 plus 1. 9 times 2 is 18 minus 11 is equal to 5 times 3. 18 minus 11 is 7, and 5 times 3 is 15. So we know that doesn't work.